So y'all, let me tell y'all about my last day, right? You try to date outside your type because they say when you date outside your type, you found your husband. But that is not always the case. Let me get into it. So y'all know how Kendra G on Instagram has a live dating show that she does on her live on the weekends, right? And so she'll post up highlight videos on her Instagram. And usually she tags the person in the caption, but this time she didn't tag the guy in the caption. So he really seemed like a good catch, like a genuinely good guy. He was like 6'3", no kids, a lawyer, decent looking. Like, I'm like, okay. So I'm in the comments and I'm like, Kendra, why you didn't tag him? So a couple of days, he comments in the comment section and writes me and say it's me. And I like the comment, go to his page. Now, when I go to his page, y'all, when I went to his page, if he would have tried to talk to me straight from his page, I would have never responded at all. He's totally not my type. He looked better on their live because from his Instagram, would have never gave him the time of day. Period. Like, at all. I liked some pictures on his page, but honestly, I didn't even like the pictures because none of his stuff on his page was pleasing to me. Like, none of it looked good. But you know, and he gave like corny, lame. But you know, I be giving him a chance now. You know what I'm saying? I be giving him a chance. Like, I'm trying to find a husband. But I realized I can do corny. I can't do lame.
You stupid.
While Dr. Umar is out here running around telling good black men to be accountable for black women dating Pookie and Ray Ray, I definitely still believe that women will date who they want to date. It's their choice, they have the freedom, so ultimately who they choose can't be anybody else's fault. Here's a 32-year-old woman who says she's looking for a husband and it's been a struggle. She's used to dating certain type of men, but they are not marrying her, so now she's going outside of her type, hoping to find a guy who will do what her type won't do.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. First, I want to give a shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Huge fan of her content. She recently just hit 300,000 subscribers, so congratulations to you. And shout out to you for continuing to put out dope content. I just wanted to use that particular clip to make my point home is what I'm talking about. And you notice she mentioned Dr. Umar. This is exactly what Daily Wrap Up Crew, and shout out to those guys as well, was trying to explain to him, but he wasn't trying to hear it. At the end of the day, like she said, these women are going to date who they want to date. And there's a guy that I'm going to show you at the end of this video who gives a very, very educated explanation why this is the way it is, man. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the next video.
These are lame, yo. Like the men that are like actually amazing entrepreneurs and educated and financially, you know, lit,
stable.
Y'all lame, like for real. And you know what? And people I say what I want and I do what I want respectfully. So I'm just like the message is really for them. Like, I salute you, King. Like, I'm proud of you, but you was so lame coming up that now you're somebody and you're leading with that. And a lot of these guys are leading with it wrong. Each one teach one. Like, I'm putting people on. Like, you a pretty girl. You might not have the best confidence. Y'all putting us all together. We gonna boost you up. We gonna make you like, come on. Like, I give away free mentorship all the time, even though it costs. But when God puts it on my heart, I'm giving grace. Right. And I think a lot of these guys are just like, you know, like their insecurities showing, they're hiding behind their accolades.
So in other words, fellas, she's saying that y'all are leading with your accomplishments and your wallet, and that's why these women don't choose you. I beg to differ. I think the reason why you're seeing men do that is because of women like I'm about to show you in the next clip talking like this. Check this out.
I'd rather meet a guy when he is financially stable, so I know that I'm his dream girl, than just saying.
And what's so crazy is women that would listen to that, and a lot of women agree with what she was saying, you know. And the ones that like that loved what she just said, are idiots. So you think you're gonna be a man's dream girl after he got the success? or after he got to a certain point. A man's dream girl is the girl that held him down when he didn't have nothing. So all you're gonna be is a part of that hit list. And the hit list contains women that I couldn't smash before I got the money. And my guys, y'all know what this list is, bro. Like when y'all was dead broke and then y'all got a little change and the hoes start seeing your little change, now they want to give you the attention. Oh, take advantage. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. The ones that used to play crazy, but now they see you stacking that bread, getting that chicken. Now they want to come around. Nah. Take advantage of that. Hit it. Oh, by all means, get that cat, but don't cuff it.
Yeah, so the next time you want to sit over here and call men lame because they're leading with their accolades and their accomplishments, maybe you should consider the fact that there are women out here talking like her, advising women to wait till these men are well accomplished, what we like to call waiting at the finish line for the winners. So you can't expect those men not to do that when clearly there are women out here that are literally only going to deal with these men specifically for that reason. Like, come on, let's keep it a buck. And another thing, there's a lot of women out here that are doing the exact same thing when we all know damn well men don't even care about that shit because most of y'all don't even want to go 50-50 on bills anyway. But that's a whole nother conversation. I digress. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, she ain't gonna call women out on that. Right.
Since I already know virtually none of you are going to like what I have to say, when you respond to this in the comments, don't tell me what you feel. Tell me what you know. So here I'm going to make a thread explaining why I made the statement I made and how there is validity in it. My initial statement was older women sabotage young women by giving them bad advice. So let's start with a fact. Younger women are more desirable to men than older women. Now let's move on to a truth that may not necessarily be a fact. Women don't like to be held accountable for their bad behavior. Another fact. Women, just like men, compete for the attention of the most desirable partners. This is the foundation of my argument. So follow me. Young women make bad dating decisions because when they're young, they are the most attractive to men. So they have the perception of having a lot of options. So it makes them indecisive about who to choose. That indecisiveness makes them want to try out different types of men. Okay? And typically, the most exciting men are viewed as more attractive. But the more exciting a man is, typically, the more unreliable he is. So she chooses unreliable men. She starts to get old. Those desirable men who she has wired her brain to prefer stop being attracted to her because she's older. And like I stated before, men are most attractive to younger women, not older women. So she slowly becomes an older woman. She's now single. And she still is wired to desire the most attractive men. But now the younger girls are competition. And a premise I didn't state is that men are the opposite of women. We become more attractive the older we get. So the guys she grew up dating are now older. They are more attractive than they were when they were younger. And they have the option to choose younger women. So older women see those young women as competition. So the older women give the younger women bad advice in an attempt to sabotage the younger women to make them less desirable to men. It doesn't work, but they do it anyway. And now that I've made that point, let's move on to the part where Andrea talked about financially abusive men. What we find as men is that when we attempt to put some reins on women's bad behavior, they label that as abuse when really it's just boundaries and standards. For example, since we're talking about finances, there are other aspects, but I'll talk about finances since she talked about finances. If a woman goes out and get credit card debt that she can't pay for, and she knew she couldn't pay for it when she got it, and she expects her male partner to foot the bill, if he doesn't, she will label that financial abuse. Even though she only racked up credit card debt on things that she wanted but didn't need, like shoes, clothes, makeup, shit like that. Not living expenses, no bills, nothing that's beneficial to both partners. She didn't do it for them, she did it for her, but expects him to pay for it. And in psychology, they call that entitlement. So now let's sum it up. Younger women make bad dating decisions. They don't want to be held accountable, so they continue to make bad dating decisions. A part of the bad dating decisions they make is that when they do find a good man who will hold them accountable, they label him abusive. Then they get old, and after decades of chasing the most attractive guys, they're still attracted to the most attractive guys, So then they compete with younger girls for those guys, and the only way they can compete is to sabotage the younger girls by giving them bad dating advice, starting the cycle all over again.
All right. Now y'all understand why I saved that clip for last, because it brings the whole video full circle. Like the woman in the first clip, 32 and single. 32. That woman should already be married and settled down by now. But she told on herself when she said, you know, when you try to date outside your type, 6'3", and he was a lawyer, and I was like, okay, but he was lame. Like, what do I tell you guys, bro? You can't make this up. 6'3". So that means he falls under the top, what, 2-3% of men on height. Lawyers are typically making six figures or more, so he's in the top 10. Even when they find a man that reaches these rare requirements, it still ain't enough. There's plenty guys that are watching me that fall under those same requirements, and they're dealing with the same issues. But y'all want to shame men for going overseas and finding women that will snatch them up in a heartbeat because they prioritize characteristics that are important to long-lasting relationships versus y'all are always thinking short term, which is why y'all always end up coming up short and ended up in situationships. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. Helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments, as well as the merch and my latest mixtape. Those links are also in the description as well. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.